Inside a hand-built dojo, where the floor echoes the song of a nightingale with each step, the wood smooth from years of blood and sweat soaked into it. My teacher, sitting above it, stoic and silent at first, looked at me and imparted some unexpected wisdom. He said, "Most people don't understand karate. All they can do is achieve a copy of a copy of a copy. You have to know why you're doing every movement. It has a reason. It also evolves over the years. It can't become still because like a river with no current, it eventually becomes putrid and undrinkable. A copy of a copy of a copy is a dead art and only tradition with no spirit." His words deeply influenced my training and understanding of the ever-evolving nature of our discipline. Karate, and along with it, combat sports in general evolves. At least the good schools do. So some of these older fights might not seem as exciting as modern MMA, but keep in mind the context of the times. Andy, a sensation in his era, served as a shining example of this truth and is held in high esteem as a hero among many. Andy was a flame that kindled the hearts of a generation of warriors, renowned for his distinctive skills in the ring, foremost among which were the hug tornado and the axe kick. Born autumn of September 7th, 1964, a year filled with much change in the world. In the United States, the Civil Rights Act was just signed. The Vietnam War was just escalating. And of course, Cassius Clay, later known as Muhammad Ali, won the world heavyweight boxing title by defeating Sonny Liston in a major upset. And all these things, though they seemed far away from Andy at the time, very much had an influence on his life. Andy was the youngest of 3 children and spent his first 3 years of his life in a children's shelter due to his mother's inability to feed her 3 children. He later went to live with his grandmother and grandfather in a village called Wallen. His father, Arthur, who was of French and Swiss descent, passed away young under mysterious circumstances while he was in Thailand. It's suspected to have been tied to the fact that his father was a French foreign legionnaire. He wouldn't see the man that Andy would become, but yet Andy, though still young, would one day persevere against all odds and make a champion of himself. Anyone that's grown up without a strong father figure in their life often knows we search for surrogates for those fathers we never had. This often unfulfilled hole left by the absence of a strong male role model leads many to seek solace in the practice of martial arts, where strong males tend to collect. In the halls of the dojo, baptized in the sweat of the gym, a renewal takes place. From a timid youth to a confident warrior, one could see how a formerly shy boy grows into a self-assured man. I imagine Andy must have felt the same pull of martial arts, a surrogate for the father he lacked. In its embrace, he found the fatherly guidance and strength he sought, which he channeled into an incredible career. With all of that aside, he took a few detours to get there. Interestingly, Andy's first sport wasn't karate, it was actually soccer. But at around 13, he decided that karate was his main passion, and he quit soccer due to his grandparents' financial struggles. When Andy grew into a man after years of Shotokan training, he traveled to the Netherlands in a thrilling showdown between the Swiss and Dutch teams. Our hero emerged as a true champion, leading his team to victory in the highly anticipated 4-country team tournament. This marked his first international success and solidified his place as a force to be reckoned with. But that was just the beginning. Our champion traveled to Weert, Netherlands to compete in the 5th Dutch Kyokushin Championships, where he stepped into the ring as a fearless competitor in the 175-pound middleweight division. The tension was palpable as he faced off against his opponent, earning a well-deserved bronze medal and cementing his legacy as a top-tier athlete. He continued to compete and win in various tournaments throughout his career. An unrelenting drive for excellence propelled him forward, as he sought to achieve more than just fleeting wins. He wanted something greater that would truly challenge him and demonstrate his worth. So his heart was heavy with longing for adventure, which would take him to Japan. He was also the first non-Japanese athlete to make it to the Kyokushin World Open, which is held every 4 years and is seen as the Olympics of karate. This is no small feat, as the competition is bare knuckle and only points that actually hurt the opponent count as a point. You have to be tough to make it. This isn't your typical karate point sparring. At the height of his career, Andy was the highest paid kickboxer in the world. He also did some acting, and there was rumors that he joined a street gang for a while, although there's no concrete evidence to support this. And despite all his success, Andy faced challenges throughout his life. He constantly needed permission from adults to compete in karate tournaments, since only fighters over the age of 20 were allowed to participate. And while his grandmother was supportive of his karate endeavors, his grandfather was not as supportive. In fact, Andy's grades suffered due to his dedication to karate, but he didn't care. All he could think about was karate. Some of us can definitely relate to that. Tragically, Andy's grandfather passed away while he was still in high school, and he had to quickly become the man of the house and support his family. In typical legendary fighter fashion, he picked up a job as a butcher to make ends meet. And honestly, if you ask me, that sounds like an alternate script for Rocky. Andy was a true warrior and a pioneer in the world of karate. Despite facing many challenges and setbacks, he persevered and became a champion, and he was hyper-focused on entering every tournament he could. And it wasn't just his fighting career that was stacking up serious stats. Since 2007, the English Wikipedia page of Andy has received over 700,000 page views, showing just how much he's still remembered and respected in the martial arts community. So, next time you see somebody practicing the hug tornado or axe kick, remember the blue-eyed samurai, Andy Hoog, who devoted his life to karate and becoming a legend in the process. Rest in peace, Andy. Thanks so much for watching. We spend a lot of time putting these videos together, so if you like what you saw, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And give this video a like and a share to anybody you think might like it. And if you have any thoughts or suggestions on the video, go ahead and leave a comment. We make sure to read them all. Thanks, and see you next time.